A train was speeding towards the distance. The train was divided into 4 sections. The first section was for the train conductor, who controlled everything on the train. The second section was for the rich people. They were dressed in suits and formal attire, and they were very polite. The third section was for the poor people. The whole carriage was very noisy, but they seemed very happy. The fourth section was for the employees, who were sleeping soundly. The train was emitting thick black smoke as it crossed over mountains. The conductor realized that there was no more coal. He informed the employees to add coal through a loudspeaker. Just at that moment, an employee who was adding coal found a dog. The dog's owner was a wealthy woman. She hurried over to get her dog back. The conductor saw the wealthy woman and happily jumped down. He instructed the employees to return the dog. The wealthy woman smiled as she held her dog. The conductor, feeling jealous, pushed the employee back and started flirting with the wealthy woman. Suddenly, he was bitten by the woman's dog. He pretended to be injured and jumped into the woman's arms. The woman, anxious, carried the conductor back to her room. The employee stood by the boiler, staring in shock. At that moment, the train hit a cow on the track. The whole train flew into the air. The employee lost his balance and accidentally pulled a lever. The train began to accelerate wildly. The employee had no choice but to sit at the control panel. Since he didn't know how to operate it, he started pressing buttons randomly. Realizing that it wasn't working, he went to the second section to ask the rich people for help, but no one paid any attention to him. He then went to the third section. The poor people were having a wild party, and again, no one paid any attention to him. As the train passed over a cliff, the fourth section was flung off. Because the train was moving too fast, all the bridges it crossed collapsed. The train reached the top of a mountain, but it didn't have enough power and started to move backward. The employee frantically added coal to the boiler. Soon, all the coal was used up, but the train still lacked power. He informed the rich people. The rich people went to the third section and took the poor people's hats and threw them into the furnace. The other rich people began to celebrate. Then the rich people started buying the poor people's hats with money to use as fuel. Soon, all the poor people's belongings were burned. Finally, the desperate poor people began to dismantle the carriages for fuel. When the poor people had nothing left, the rich people abandoned them and even got their money back. The train started moving again, but this time it couldn't stop. Finally, the conductor came back. He tried to save the situation, but it was too late. The train flew off and broke into 2 sections. In the end, no one survived.